back to News Geelong on this Wednesday evening. A royal warrant permitting yachts to wear the blue ensign of His Majesty's fleet was issued to the Royal Geelong Yacht Club on March 27, 1924. And the tradition continues with the launch of the 2011-12 season. Our Royal Lady of Yachting, Meryl Friend, reports.
The football is definitely over and the summer season of sport has already started. Of course, cricket, tennis and another one, sailing. We're at the Royal Geelong Yacht Club for opening day.
Yes, very excited for a good day of sailing. It's good weather. Can't wait.
So you go out each Saturday racing and there's other events through the year as well?
Yep, we've got the Nationals at Christmas, New Year's. Yeah, around Christmas time. It's the 27th of December and that's up in Belmont this year in New South Wales. So pretty far away, so yeah. Looking forward.
And what is it about sailing that you love so much, Lucy?
I don't know, it's just like the feeling of going out sailing and like everyone, they're so nice and it's just fun.
And it's a good sport, do you think, Liam?
Yes, very good. Yeah, I've learned heaps in it.
152nd year, so we're really looking forward to a great season, yep.
And what is it about sailing? You've been involved for a long time. What is it that you love so much?
Oh, look, I think the passion that we see on the water. Sometimes it's quite often it's a lifestyle for people, but we also see people entering the sport, in their 30s and 40s, something they can keep with them for the rest of their life.
And you've also got right down to cadets, children from the year 7-year-olds and that further on.
Yeah, that's right, Meryl. It's also great to see people go right through from 6 and 7 years old, as you say, and some of those 6 and 7-year-olds are now sort of nearly Olympic-class sailors, world-class sailors that are sailing in events right around the world.
From the Royal Geelong Yacht Club, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The Geelong Business Network Breakfast recently addressed the outlook for employers in the Geelong region and the essential strategies needed for success, drawing on the experiences of the hospitality industry to demonstrate how innovation and best practice can turn tough times into good times, as Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at Bar on Edge for the Business Network Breakfast and we're able to speak with Mark Stone from Vecchi.
Meryl, for this region there's 2 or 3 things that are very important. Hospitality, tourism and retail. Particularly in the tourism and hospitality area, Geelong's got a good track record but enormous potential. And this morning we've been talking about some of the things that will put some confidence back into the consumer market and also bolster the influx of tourists using the facilities and wining and dining in not only Geelong but in the Geelong region's restaurants and accommodation houses.
You're saying there's lots of areas that are really vital. We're looking at hoping to get an international airport at Avalon and the idea of the Asian market in tourism around Geelong.
Yes, the international airport is very important to bring just more travellers into Victoria, but push some of them further south down to this region. We've got to change our approach to serving the customer, moving away from a Western market to an Asian market. That involves changes in our approach to accommodation, our food services, our customer service, and in some cases, appreciating we'll have to introduce some new language skills.
And also with the waterfront, we're looking at a location for a new convention centre.
Yes, Vecchi supports a convention centre in Geelong, and I think it will be important that it has a water outlook. There's only a couple of sites that offer that, and I think the sooner the decision can be made about where that site might be, I think a lot of, not just Vecchi, but a lot of other organisations will get in and support that proposal and work with the city and others in the area to convince government that some funding should be put on the table to go ahead with it.
You also have a very strong opinion about the carbon tax?
Yes, Vecchi is opposed to the carbon tax because of the impact it will have on small to medium business and also the lack of appreciation and dialogue with small business about that impact. So we will continue to either seek consideration of small business in any carbon tax proposal, and in the absence of that we'll argue against the carbon tax because of that unreasonable impact on business.
Overall, the tourism and hospitality industry in the Geelong region is looking pretty healthy.
Yes, I think one of the great things about this area is diversity. You've got, with choice, comes repeat business, and you go from one restaurant to another as the weeks pass by because you've got a great number of choices. So that diversity has been great. Some of the emphasis on television around cooking shows has probably added to our interest to try a range of different cuisines, and of course just the nature of a restaurant these days, but bringing the kitchen into the restaurant and letting people see how the food is prepared is a great addition to the way in which you it's more than just a meal, it's a real dining experience.
And it's pretty overwhelming that the really high-end class of fine dining is not the preferred option these days?
I think that goes with my comment about diversity. If you've got a number of choices and they're reasonably priced, you're more likely to venture out more often and share your patronage around. So I think that when you multiply that by tens of thousands of people, that just makes for a great industry.
From Barwon Edge, Meryl French, News Geelong.
Saturday night, this Saturday night, October 15, at Avalon Raceway is the place to be, because it is the Sprint Car Jackpot Invitational, where we'll see $10,000 up for grabs, plus the V8 Dirt Modifieds. Now, to tempt your taste buds, let's reflect on Easter action from early this year, where on the night, a healthy crowd enjoyed a huge night of entertainment, some spectacular crashes coupled to some unbelievable racing, leaving the fans obviously wanting to see the final. The super rods were entertaining, and the fans were also able to enjoy the fireworks display and the four-cylinder demo derby before the night ended. In the A main, it was the front row was headed by Stephen Bell and defending Easter Trial winner Stephen Lyons. Quick Time, Sean Dobson and popular veteran Max Stumsey were hot on their heels from the second row. It was all action from the A main. And it was the systems go for the Easter race meeting at that Avalon Raceway, as the Easter Sprint Car Trial was centre stage. It was the 32nd running of the Easter Trial, and with fireworks and the four-cylinder demo derby, it was a night to be remembered. So be there or be square this Saturday night, October 15, for the action of the Sprint Car Jackpot Invitation. $10,000 up for grabs at the Avalon Raceway. Recapping tonight's news, next Wednesday, October 19, will mark the Walk to School Day for all Geelong and Surf Coast schools. Geelong streets were alive with the sound of music at the second annual Streets Are Alive Festival. The Royal Geelong Yacht Club launched its 2011-12 sailing season with the history and culture of the club establishing it as one of the leading yacht clubs in Victoria. While the Business Network in Geelong breakfast guest speaker Mr Mark Stone, CEO of Vecchi, discussed essential strategies for innovation and best practice in business. This is News Geelong Wednesday edition, as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.